It's the countdown to the global SLR, largest event of its type ever. And we're here with you all the way. I'm Kelvin. Arash Dibazar is with us as well. And we're about to take questions. Any topic, any aspect of your pickup, seduction, lifestyle, relationships, you name it. And I will warm up the call in just a sec. Meanwhile, get excited because you're about to hear answers that you need and you haven't, and they're going to make your life much easier, and you're going to have so much more success, or even more success, with women. Arash Dibazar, be the best, fuck the rest, is with us. The most notorious mind in this community. For real, I mean it. One guy was asking the other day, what should I read about inner game and so on. Rash's inner game is so potent that it makes other stuff out there seems a little retarded, you know. So Arash, thanks for being with us. I'm going to share in a moment what's been on my mind, and then we're going to take questions. But very rapidly, you had a big weekend. You had a premiere of a movie that you're on, a grand opening. So life is good. What's going on?
Vince, first of all, thanks for having me on the call again. And I tell you right now, if there's any way that you guys can post right now to your friends to be on this call, I'm about to explode your brain cells on another level. You have no idea where I'm at right now. And it's so interesting because the transformation started happening to me it was Thursday night. Thursday night. Let me tell you just kind of, you have about 2 minutes, Vince. I can give you a background on what happened here.
Go for it.
6 years ago, I saw somebody on TV. And I made a mental note that I wanted one day to have a conversation with that person, but that day would come when I was prepared. Thursday night, I was preparing for Friday, which was going to be my movie premiere. And as I was driving home, in one moment, the person popped up in my mind. It had been years since I thought about the person. And I don't want to name the person yet until we become very close friends, because that's going to happen. But the person is one of the highest level trained mental hypnotist practitioners in the entire world. I'd seen them on TV. And so out of inspiration, I get on Facebook and I see if I could find them. I find them and I send a message. Now on Facebook, you could now do a voice call. So I sent a voice message saying, I'm so-and-so, please look me up, and I would love to have a conversation with you if you would allow that. And I went home, and about 30 minutes later on my Facebook messages, the answer came back, yes, I can get on Skype right now. And I was like, holy shit, right? 6 years for the manifestation. And it was 1:03 a.m. in San Jose, and the person is in England. I got on Skype, and we spoke for about an hour and a half about the mind. And I was explaining the life-altering reality moments of seduction, like the depth. I mean, I have not had that level of conversation in a very long time. And he was telling me about his hypnosis, and we ended up at one moment discovering that we're talking about the same thing, just in two different fields. And we both kind of stopped. Now, let's come forward, because I've had such a rushing moment since then till today. And about an hour ago, just 1 hour ago, I was sitting here, right when you were texting me, brother, like it was going through my mind. About an hour ago, I suddenly had one of the biggest moments of realization about the mind, influence, seduction, and how things work. And so this will be the first moment I'm talking right after a moment of enlightenment. And that's why I'm so fucking excited. So please bring it on. And I can't even wait to hear what's going to come out of my mouth, because I never have a script. But I do know that I'm literally now standing in a brand new position of power. So I'm very excited. Fuck yeah, let's make this happen.
Are you guys excited too? I'm super excited as well. I can feel it, Arash. You know, there's a synergy that's happening, that's moving on, and you guys, you open and you tune into it. I want to talk first about abundance. How much is really available out there? You know, history is the constant redefinition of what's possible. And for every generation, what is possible is then outperformed, and what is impossible is eventually coming to be. So you got to realize that the number one inner game mistake you could make is to think backwards. It's false thinking. It's to think that what you experienced growing up with women, college, whatever you had, a divorce, women saying no, women coming and going, you having girls that are like 6 or 7 but no 10, whatever it has been for you, you've been a virgin, you're straight out of a divorce, Lord knows what. That is not reality. That was your glimpse of reality up until now, but it was false. It was limited. So it's not that you're that guy that sucked with women up until now, and eventually, hopefully, you're going to get good and you still sell yourself short, even though you go at it like crazy and you push and you call and you study and you talk to women. And eventually, maybe one day you be good and you're still thinking, but how do I get a 10? It's backwards. You have gone dormant. You bought into the bullshit of the world, and you're unaware that there is an abundance of success for you specifically listening that's available. It's available now, but you got to wake up to it, and you got to stop dragging a perception that every second passing by is more and more outdated, even if at one point it was accurate in your own mind. It was not fully accurate because it was fragmented. It was just a fragment. It was just a peephole. So make sure your thinking is proper. You are yet to tap into that reality in which, of course, you can be with a 10, and there's no such thing as a 10. It's a human being. The measurements, you know, I was thinking about how fucked up sometimes measurement and the use of measurement can be. If, for example, I go yellow, green, purple, well, maybe you prefer purple, maybe green makes you think of cash or a green light or going green and organic or with grass or weed or whatever. Or if I say red, maybe you're thinking, oh, we have association to colors, but not as strong. Then we have association, for example, to letters. If I go A, B, C, you're going to a concert. Would you rather sit in section A, section B, or section C? Everybody knows you would want to be in section A. If I go, okay, you're number 1, you're number 2, and you're number 3, which one would you rather be? Number 1. It has its place and its purpose, but it's also completely false because it's an association. Just like a tree is a tree, and then a human being comes around and goes, that's a big tree, that's a pretty tree, that's an ugly tree. Oh, that tree is in the way. Oh my God, we got to save that tree. All of that is invested meaning that initially isn't. Even words are human-made. No such thing as the word of God. It's a translation of a vibration that people think as being the word, and then they proclaim ownership of it. So I get questions. I'm 5'6" myself, and some guys go, oh, well, how do you get taller girls, and what about taller girls? And maybe yours is like, I'm old, I'm this. Those are nominalizations. So I want to bring something to your awareness. I used to think at the gym they would line us up old school in Europe, and I was often the first one. But then in that way, I was first in line because I was the shortest one. But take the word short. What if, in fact, it's just a decision made? Because what reference is there? Yeah, maybe in the days of farming, you know, you're a farmer and you have a cow, and the big cow just produces more milk, so it's better for a farmer to have a big cow maybe. maybe in the day of like gladiators, maybe it's better. Like, oh, look at that gladiator, how big that gladiator is. But sometimes people tell me as an answer, if a girl goes like, oh, I'm too tall for you and so on, I go, yeah, you're a little too stretched. So lately I've been telling this. I've been saying, you know what, it's funny how we go short, tall, and so on. But what the fuck do we know? Because in my own opinion, anybody that's a little bit above my size, I view them as being overly stretched and causing more low-paid labor because it takes more material to dress them. Just a thought. That's what's been on my mind. We're excited. Gentlemen, let's take questions. And Arash will answer the first question. And somebody's playing a little drum in the background. Let's all join in. Everybody, a little drumming. Hey, we should have a drum circle.
This is Mike from Maryland.
Huh?
It's Mike from Maryland.
Mike, what is your question? How can Arash and I help you tonight?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out how to escalate more in a conversation with a woman. I've noticed that for a couple of dates, it seems like I'm not really getting anywhere. And I wanted to ask, what kind of training tips would you recommend to me to help me build more attraction when I'm dating a woman or when I'm with a woman, period?
Pass it to Arash since I was just talking, and then I take it.
Okay, I'll tell you. 4, 5, 6. Fucking thing logged me off of Facebook. Well, let's go over your question. What are you trying to accomplish with her in the conversation? Tell me that.
I want her to be attracted to me and to eventually sleep with me.
Great. So what do you think she's going to be attracted to? To your face, to your dick, to your muscles? What is it that you have that you think you're trying to attract her to? Because you say to you, but that's very complicated. I don't know what you is right now. So what part of you do you want to attract her to?
All of me. What I'm telling her, and I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand the.
Okay. Let me. Okay. So I'm known as Arash Dibazar. That's my name. And if I'm gonna meet, let's say, with a stripper tomorrow night, I plan on going to a strip club with my friend Nick Diaz from USC. He's coming to visit me, and he's never seen me in set. And I'm just telling you guys, I'm gonna blow everyone's mind tomorrow night. He's a world champion in UFC. I'm a world champion in seduction, and I'm going to show him what I do in my art tomorrow. And if I'm at the strip club tomorrow, I don't want her to be attracted to my beard. I have a beard. Some girls like that. Or my tattoos. She may be, she may not be. But there's a part of my life that I think she's going to be very attracted to, which is what? I'm a wealthy entrepreneur, right? I have 4 businesses, about to open a 5th one in the next couple of months. Me knowing that she hustles in her life all night to try to put money in her pocket and roof over her head, I recognize that my best asset to her would be my ability to create money and the intelligence that I have to take somebody, especially the fact that I work with women, to take her and teach her the skills necessary to be successful. Now, in this case, I believe this is going to be my best bet if I'm going to attract her. I could go many different ways, right? I have a lot of skills, but that's the one. Why? Because my target, I understand, my target is a stripper. So meaning in conversation, I'm going to guide the conversation towards my businesses without bragging. Conversations will go towards business, towards mindset, towards motivation, towards a future, towards having some kind of plan and making sure that I take care of my women, towards having big events like red carpet events. She needs to know those things about me. She doesn't need to know I ride a motorcycle, which if she was like, let's say 19 and in high school or in high school at 18, she might like my motorcycle more than the fact that I'm a business owner, right? So you have to tell yourself, what is the woman you're talking to, and they're all going to be different. That's why you got to study your women. What is it going to be that you want to bring to her attention that is of value to her, and then you are going to get her attracted first to that. And by attracted, I don't mean she wants to have sex with you. There's a difference. When I say attracted, I mean like gravity. She wants to be closer to you because of fill in the dots. So what I'm saying is, if I'm going to go to the strip club, she wants to be closer to me because of the fact that I know how to invest money and be smart and get her so that she's not stripping for the next 10 fucking years, and she knows that I know how to deal with money. So what you got to do is you got to tell yourself, because it's too broad. That's why it's not going to be so smooth. You want her to attract it to you, to all of you. It ain't going to happen like that. It's impossible. You have to start somewhere. You have to open the door somewhere. So when you know the kind of woman you're going for and what is in her mind, you then present that case in your conversation, and you hit that in 1,000 different ways. That becomes the art form. But my suggestion for you, so that you have a better ability when you're out there, is not to be like, I want to attract her to me, because that me is very undefined, right? I mean, what are you? Your emotions, your thoughts, your career, your name, who are you? Your religion, your nationality, your friendships, right? So we got to go, I need her attracted to a part of me that she, in her life, can use to better herself. That's what goes on in my mind. Knowing that, conversations have to revolve around that subject, because that is the subject of survival for her. Now, to get a better understanding of this, imagine if a woman says to me, how do I attract the gentleman on the phone right now? And I say to her, you need to understand what he values. He values your tits and your ass and your mouth on his dick. That's what he wants. He doesn't want to know that you're going to college. He doesn't want to know that you love fucking Grey's Anatomy. When you talk to him, hints towards, bring up the subject of wanting to have sex or enjoying sex or being sexual, or the fact that you love to give blowjobs and you think it's kind of weird that some girls don't, because that's fucking stupid. Now, if she did that in a conversation with you, she would start to attract you to the thing that you want, because that's what you seek from her, is her sexuality. And so if men could understand that what you're trying to attract her to is a part of you, a part of your life, a part of your personality, that knowing her, she can use to gain advantage in life, just as you and I can use her body to gain advantage in sexuality and in life and feel good about ourselves. It's the same game. So short advice is define for yourself more what the conversation should revolve around, and guide her, and that becomes the whole thing. Come to the Global SLR, and I'll go over it with you in person. Show her that there is a part of you that she can be attracted to. And I guarantee you, there is a part of you that every woman wants to be with. You have to recognize that, and your art becomes bringing that up in a way that in her mind, she starts thinking about you in the future and seeing you again. If you could do that, then you're on your way.
Got it. Thank you.
I'm going to follow up. This is some brilliant stuff, and I'm happy this is recorded because you want to hear it again. Now, you spoke first about escalation. I go beyond that personally, and I like to de-escalate. What does that mean? Well, if you're somewhere and you're taking a forward step, the person in front of you has three main options. They can back out of it, verbally or non-verbally, or both. They can stay pretty neutral to it, but they won't stay neutral forever. You place your hand on her shoulder, and she, after a while, probably going to move her shoulder a little bit because it's getting too much. And then she can lean into it and go for it. But women do the dance where they lean into it, and the moment you think that's it, that's when they pull away. And you got to become very good at being a little faster than them at that. And then they start to follow you. And then they tame down, because now they got the proper masculine force that's coming at them. Just make no mistake, every girl is a little girl that is waiting to be reprimanded the proper way, because every girl will... I've yet to probably meet a woman who didn't abuse the love of her father, assuming he was loving. What do people do when you're nicer to them? 99% of the population, they slack off, they want more, and they give less. That's why you need to associate with people who are much above that and do the opposite. When you give more and they genuinely can tell is giving more, I'm safe, I can give more. So de-escalation, what do I mean? I don't know if you're in Beyond the Game. Person asking the question, are you in Beyond the Game?
No, I'm not.
Facebook group.
Okay, it's a private group founded by Arash, and I've been putting pictures on it. I like to put pictures there because on my Facebook, we never know who's going to see it, and sometimes girls go crazy. You see a lot that I go real big first. I bring my arms all the way up, ranging from like, what are we going to do with you? And the arms are not tense, they're loose. Or I may go like, ay, look at you guys. Or come here, my friends. And the arms are super high, but loose. So then, because I'm not going to go further up than that, I go down. I rest my arms on their shoulder or on their lap. And that's what I mean by de-escalation. So if you're going from, okay, I'm barely moving, to I'm going to move a little bit more, it's back to a fucking hit or miss. If the girl is comfortable and she likes you, she will follow through, but then pull out, because women do that until you're faster and more slick than them at that. That's for that part of de-escalation. So go a little bit bigger, you know. If you want to kiss escalate, go, well, ladies, final hug, your ladder is big. Then after that, planning a kiss is not such a big deal. Then if you are so... where are you from? And try to plant a kiss. Next, you're the boss. You have a company. You worked very hard, like Arash was mentioning, a business owner. You need more people to help you. Are you going to try to get them to want the job? No, it's completely backwards. So that whole concept of getting more attraction, or how can I get her to be more attractive, is false. What you want is to use that to test. Because, you know, there's people, you give them some junk food and they're happy. And there's people, you give them a fine steak somewhere that was marinated forever and they're happy. And there's some people, you give them a vegan meal and they're happy. So you got to know that first you're testing. And every step you take, now here's the secret ninja ingredient. Because every guy will like a girl and go, how do I get her? How do I make her more attractive and so on? It's nothing unique. And a lot of guys, they think they're doing pickup, but they're just doing boosted dating. Same old shit. This guy was telling me the other day, I'm helping him. It was like, I brought her to my place and I tried to put my arm around her. That's what every guy who's slightly above being completely stuck up will try to do. Okay? So you want to differentiate yourself. And real attraction with women happens not initially, because sure, maybe they can go, oh, what a stud, but women are not going to be, oh, look at him, I would so fuck him. And unless they're super drunk, but you don't want those girls anyway. And oftentimes give them the opportunity, will back out. I brought some girls who were crazy for some celebrities in Hollywood to meet the celebrities. They were like, oh my God, I'm so going to do this and that to him. We arrived, they did nothing. Okay? So then what you got to realize, attraction is twofold. It's when the person is aligned with what you offer, meaning it would be hard to attract to a vegan restaurant people who are lining up craving a burger. Okay? So you got to make sure that you got the right candidate. For that, you're testing. It would be an insult if every woman was attracted to me, because some women are so stupid and have such poor taste that would be like making me question myself. I once got kicked out of a dentist, because I was doing crazy-ass pickup and talking to everybody. And at the end, the guy says, sir, you don't belong here. And I looked at him and I said, thank you. Because I don't want to fucking belong at Dennis. I don't want this to be like, hey, here's the guy from Dennis, I want to belong in a better place. So I don't want to take too much time. I'm excited. We're working so hard. And our goal with the Global SLR is to tap into thoughts, ideas that exist, but no one's tapped into them yet. And because we apply ourselves constantly, it's coming at the speed of light, and you don't want to miss out. So you are in good hands on this call. So the second aspect of attraction is you, based on your own preferences. If you're a vegan, if you like meat, whatever you like, where do you go back for more? Where? Where it's better, right? And be given a chance. You know, there were studies made about the loyalty of people with places like a convenience store. And they found out that if you have, let's say, the little store where everybody goes every day, and suddenly, boom, right next door, you have the same store, better prices, better service, better choice, easier to get in. At the exception of a few people who would be like, well, we ain't going to go for that new place. Most people are going to bail out of the old place into better. Would you trade $10 for $1,000? Or would you be, no, that's my $10. I don't want $1,000. So you want attraction to happen by itself without you having to work so hard, find the right candidate, and refine. Work hard. Boost yourself. Both Arash and I, we came from different countries, not speaking English. You know, it's a hustle. There's no quick fix. Do everything that you can. Learn lifestyle, seduction, and until you're at a place where this is better. And of course, they're going to come to you. But then there's a price to pay with everything. It will be very hard to get rid of them. Because the moment they leave you or you want them to leave you, they are going to realize, wow, I had the best and now I'm stuck without it. So anyway, sorry, Arash, I got excited, but it's pouring. I'm doing this energy clearing and it's like, wow. Next question, and a quick announcement. We're going to talk a little bit about the delivery, and I'm so excited. For those of you who don't know, the Global SLR is coming up, and we're adding every day. In 2 days, I'm going to reveal the exact schedule and the breakdown. For example, on Friday evening, you'll have the option after the drills and the boot camp and the first few speakers to either go street days with top guys like James Marshall, John Keegan, nightclub, entrance only, you'll have your wristband, or party bus for the VIP, or strip club for those who like that. Of your journey and so on, we're bringing the #1 celebrity vocal coach on the planet who's worked with everybody to help you. Is going to do drills for body language, for tonality, and so on. And this is only one of the surprises that we have. Many already got their tickets, and what they didn't realize is that we will outperform every week. We're adding new elements. We're refining. It's getting bigger. We are packing a party. We have all those Hollywood promoters that are starting to invite girls, tell them dress in pink. You got to come to the pink party, and girls will love that. So we'll have. I also have 2 securities that are working with me. We were talking about it the other night. Their job will be to be at the entrance of our own party, and the flow of women will be so great that they're going to have to say no to some girls. So we're going to have hot chicks on the line, and some of them will never get to make it in. And some of you guys who prefer like street stuff, you're going to play with them on the in line. So next question, and we pass it to Arash as an answer since I got a little carried over time-wise. Who's asking the next question, gentlemen?
Hey, this is Paul from San Francisco. I have a question about learning, basically. This is actually more of a question for Vince, but I think anyone can answer it. At a boot camp, I've noticed some guys will be told to do direct, where they basically go up to a girl and say, hi, I think you're adorable, blah, 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 blah. Others will be told to do situational and indirect. What would be the reason for that, and how do you decide, like, how to set the guy on the right exercise?
All right. Personally, and I take that real quick and I pass it to Arash, because you don't listen to my answer. You don't listen to my answer, so maybe you will listen to Arash. Maybe he can break into your mind. First, at my boot camp, I never teach direct or situational. I teach like mixed martial arts, the most natural way to do it, the most hypnotic way to do it, the most direct way to do it, and also the most psychological way to do it. Situational, observational, okay? So then you have 4 times the power. And then you throw it out there, and your mind is intelligent enough. You don't have to always have somebody hold your hand and go, here's a chair, like a blind man, okay? So you got to know that you can trust. How do you get good at it? You throw direct here, boom, boom, boom. Ultimately, why don't you go all 4, like pom, 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 hold it. I'm having a conversation with my friend. That's situational. And you're so cute, you're distracting. That's direct. And then, and you know what? Beyond that, you really genuinely, you move me. That's authentic. And then maybe you do a reverse frame, and I will have to ask you to stop, because if it continues like that, Lord knows what could happen. So you got all 4. Then the answer you heard from me many times is stop debating. Debating is masturbating. And at my boot camp, I would never go direct, go this. I help you. You got to know the mechanics. You got to expose yourself to as many women as possible. And then one thing you learn from me is 3 levels of rendition and things to pay attention to. Some women, they're very receptive, so you can throw a lot at them. Some, they're in between, so you throw a little bit and take it away. And some are not that receptive, so you throw just a little. You got to be mindful of the environment. For example, you're at a mall on a Sunday, surrounded by families. You see a girl, I wouldn't go, you. I saw a psychic this morning. He told me we were going to have sex later, because you'll get arrested. Okay? But you got some girls who go, who are you? You're not going to go situational, or you're not going to go indirect and tell them, it's interesting, this morning I saw. No. So be smart. I pass it to Arash, because I repeat often those answers to you, and you came to some of my boot camps, but, it takes removing the sunglasses, unclogging the ears, opening the heart, paying attention, and being receptive. And why aren't we more receptive? Because we fear. We fear that, wow, what if the answer is really true, and then I get really good? Can I handle it? Let me quickly go hide somewhere behind a tree and masturbate mentally and debate and still bring those questions that will answer 100 times and fit in the category of people who will go, should I go direct or indirect? Night game or day game? It's all the fucking same. You love yourself, you love women, and you're in the world, and you learn your chops. Arash, how can you help this gentleman?
The answer is very simple. If you're with a legit coach, right, that individual, to be a good pickup and seduction artist and to be a good teacher, would have to be able to observe their target, which is the woman, and students, and calibrate their teachings or their seduction or their pickup in the moment to that person. And so if I remember your question properly or correctly, you said, why are some students pushed to do this kind of opener? Why are some told to do this and that? Well, that just tells me that the coach is a proper coach, because that's the failure of the school system these days. Everyone's supposed to learn the same way. No, we don't learn the same way. So a good coach will watch you and know what it is you need to do to get better in any activity. And that would be my answer for that. That's the reason why I would tell 10 different students to do 10 different things. Simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're ready for the next question. Yeah. And at the same time, the event is approaching. We're doing a countdown. And with your permission, we are welcoming those who want to partake in. The buzz is growing. I'm about to go on a little tour, San Diego, San Francisco, and so on. It's a good time to get on board. It gives you enough time to organize your traveling and so on. I take you to a super quick overview of the event. Friday, you arrive. Location, Hollywood, hottest nightclub, best location. That's where the golden age of Hollywood happened, and it's back Hollywood and Vine. Then, 6:30, doors open. We're in the Bardo. 2 parts, VIP and Platinum on one side. The other side, we challenge all the speakers. They have to give you their best opener, or technique to open, to continue, and to close. They have 15 to 20 minutes to share that with you and drill you. So now, a couple hours go by, and you already were exercised, and you have Bad Boy's best way to do it, my best way to do it, Hypnotica's best way to do it, and so on. After that, like I said before, your choice of VIP, party bus, packed with girls, or street, or what's it called? Street, nightclub, or strip club. Then we come back next morning super early. Then we're in the big venue. You got giant screens all around. We also like it entertaining. There's surprise. There's a performer that's going to be there. Phenomenal woman, very talented. They're rehearsing twice a week between Las Vegas and LA. And it's going to be super high energy. You can see the speakers. It's more impactful on all the screens. You'll have the lifestyle exhibit around with business consultants, with health consultants, nutritionists, fashion consultants, all around the venue. And then every speaker will be challenged to give their very best ever and share what, in their own opinion, is the one thing that will make you the fastest and the best ever. After that, we'll do an energy clearing where you have James Hyman, me, a couple practitioners, a couple hypnotists, and we're going to get you to breathe and clear and cleanse your consciousness to be super on target, free. Last time we did it at a nightclub in a mall, guys, right after that, they ran outside. And I'm not making this up. They felt so free, they ran. The same guys who were like, what do I say? Then, a big wrap-up with another performance, some surprises, goodie bags. Every speaker has to give you a free program and put it in the goodie bag, solid copy or download. Then VIPs, come to my place. That's right around the corner. We're going to have dinner for you. There will be a few other surprise guests. There's words that Mihal may be a surprise guest, different people, and all the main speakers will be there, and you can sit down with them, enjoy a barbecue with them, and then Arash will do an exclusive presentation. While Bad Boy, Akito, myself, the other guys, we're going to get the VIPs ready for the night. And then we have a pink carpet party, and it's a pink party packed with girls, entertainers, female DJs, go-go dancers, and all that you will have learned now. We're not going to go to a nightclub where you don't know anyone. We're going to be the nightclub, and women line up outside. I've worked it at Project Hollywood. I had times when we brought 300 girls. We did once a black party, everybody black and white, everybody dressed black and white. 300 girls around the corner. Police shut it down because that was a mansion, but there it's a nightclub and well orchestrated. You'll take pictures, celebrity on the pink carpet, grand arrival. Nick Hogg from Gigolo is there, and we go all night. Next morning, we start again sharp, like the real alpha male, 9 a.m., and then it's workshops all day, round table. You go around, you do your 1 hour with Bad Boy, 1 hour with the next guy, and VIP at the end. You have a bonus session of 3 hours on how to continue to get good after you're home. That is a multi-level media event, massive bombard. Don't compare it. Don't call it a summit. It's way above and beyond. Don't call it a conference. It's way above and beyond. It is an experience design based on what I witnessed throughout the years will cause the greatest impact of change. Your senses will be stimulated. Your mind will be entertained. You're going to learn faster, and you have the best of the best to help you spread the word. And we're going to make one special offer. We're going to take one VIP tonight, just one. And then anyone who gets general admission, we're going to throw in something phenomenal as a bonus. And that's all I had to say about that. And now I'm going to let Arash take just one or two questions, since I spoke quite a bit, and I'm going to rest my voice and listen to the wisdom of Arash Dibazar, because every day my life is impacted by his brilliance, and it propelled me. You know, I was my only source of inspiration in terms of pickup. Bad Boy, Hypnotica, yes, they helped me, but I would often have to seek and search beyond what I had, because beyond what I had, there were not many people who could say, hey, here's how you do it even better. But Arash has helped me do that, so I'm very grateful for that. Arash, take the next question.
I'm ready. If you guys have a question, go ahead and ask. I got it.
If you're still muted, you press *6 to unmute.
Okay, I have a question, guys. Matt from North Carolina. All right. I would like a breakdown. Like, let's say if you were in a club and you see like 3 hot-looking girls, probably 9 or 10, and they're all dancing on the dance floor. How would you? What would you like? What would you be like? What is that like? The play-by-play analysis of your seduction for her.
I have to draw more attention than they do, is the first thing that goes through my mind. If you have 3 hot girls in the club dancing, they own that club that night. Every man is giving them attention. So the first thing I need to do is to demonstrate that me being there, outside of them, I can attract as much attention or more attention than they can. That I'm having an incredible time, and I don't need them for it. So I will get around them and dance and lift women up and take pictures and do this. It's called flash game, real fast. So they start looking at me, and then I'll just kind of look at them and maybe smile slightly, maybe not. There wouldn't be any. I wouldn't talk to them, but I need to be in their eyesight and show them that I am the center of attention. That's the first step. Unless I can demonstrate that I can grab the attention of the club, I'm not going to get those women. Okay? Because they're there soaking up the attention. Women are attention whores, every one of them. So that's the first thing that happens. And the mistake guys make is they miss that first step. But the moment I trigger in her that, wow, look at this guy. He's grabbing all of that attention. At that moment, she's going to start giving me a little bit of attention to either destroy me, so that's the end of me for the nightclub, or to try to see if I'm legit. And if I am legit, then she's going to try to close the space between her and I so she can get even more attention. Now, I'm going to give you an example of what this would look like. 3 9s are dancing in the dance floor, and everyone's watching them. Suddenly, Kanye West comes in. Kanye West comes in and goes on the dance floor. Everyone's watching Kanye, right? He's not giving them attention. What do? They just lost all the attention, and they are going to get closer to him and see if they can absorb that attention. So it really, if that's the case, in that particular exact example, 3 hot girls dancing on the dance floor, how do you do it? That's the first move. Then from there we go forward. But for me to break down the play-by-play would be kind of absurd right now. Start with that, because I hear people hear me say that, and they go, okay, that's good. Then what do? No, you missed something. You have to be able to do that before you know what to do next. And I didn't just make a light statement. It takes a lot to grab the attention more than they are, 3 hot girls. But there's a few techniques you can do. And once you do, now the playing field starts to, it won't even out, but at least they'll notice you. You need them to notice you. You need them to put their attention on you instead of you putting your attention on them.
Okay.
That has to be
what's one way to get the attention on you in that situation?
You get next to them dancing, and you dance with other girls, and you lift those girls up, and they laugh and smile. You grab your fucking phone, and you give it to another girl. You say, take a picture of us. And you flip off the camera, or you stick your tongue out, and you go, woo, and everybody starts fucking singing and dancing around you. You get people involved, and that's how I would do it. Right around them, I would grab more attention than them. Real simple.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next.
Well, guys, on my side, I'm looking at the time, and the call is normally 45 minutes, so it's coming close to wrap-up time. If there is one burning question, but you got to be decisive, I'm looking at how many of you guys are on the line, and it's quite significant. I get the statistics on my laptop at the same time.
How many?
Well, it looks like we have 37 people. I know when you call, sometimes it says a different number, but the clicks, I think we have 37 people.
Good.
So
like
37 people, that's quite a bit of questions. By the way, the podcast moved from number 19 globally to 11, and last week to number 10. So each week we're going to make it even better. Quick announcement, this Friday in Hollywood, Arash, Akito, myself, my place, 7:30 p.m. You got a text to RSVP. We got maximum capacity of 30. First text, 10 text. You get to go infield with me, high intensity, right after that. And all the guys that have seen me in field lately, they just say, wow. I've been doing this thing where I have, it took me a long time, but I'm completely free. I am. I see guys looking at the hottest possible girl, and they still go for a split second. That one go, I'm already there. There is nothing, because I am free. I've refined the mindset, and I want to share that with you guys. And we never know where life goes, People meet me at different stages. Sometimes I'm too busy with girls to even do that. Sometimes I'm more exclusive, so I don't do that. But right now I do that. It's happening this Friday and Saturday. Okito and myself, we're in San Diego. And the group will grow in San Diego. We will revisit building a community strong in San Diego. Meanwhile, one last question, gentlemen, or is it not coming out? We answered all your questions. We make you shy. Our thinking is so out there, you're still pondering. It was so efficient, you ran out and you are getting blown somewhere, and you don't want her to hear the call, but you're still listening to the directions. Good. We'll wrap it up then. I'll pass it to Arash with a conclusion in just a moment. Straight and simple, gentlemen.
Okay.
Sorry, Arash. I just wanted to make an announcement about tickets. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, guys. First, I know quite a few of you already have tickets. Paul, I know. Matt already. Anybody on the line who already has tickets, let us know. You're going to start to receive more and more info. We're going to refine. We're going to help you with lodging also to find places and so on. But for anybody that doesn't have a ticket right now, you got to be aware of the impact that it will have, because I would hate for you to miss out. And then it's up to you, because if you're not ready, you're not ready. And that's fine. But to get all that we said, first go right now to globalslr.com and revisit in 3 days, because we're going to announce more evening coaches. But for now, globalslr.com. If you have access, go look at it. Prices are this: $169 general admission, okay? And you get everything except the VIP treatment of a party bus or dinner and so on, but you hear all the speakers and workshops. It's $169, and what we're going to throw in as a bonus for you guys at $169, and if you paid less than that, well, the guys are paying more, so they get a little extra right there. We're going to throw in sexualization, where a lot of the questions answered tonight are answered. 7 hours, audio, video, normally retails for $149. And we're also going to throw in a very deep trance that's about to be released, and you're going to get that. Then platinum, if you register tonight, you will also get that. And then VIP at $1,000. Anyone who takes that last VIP at that price tonight, I'm going to do something crazy. You're going to have a credit for a whole year to do an entire weekend boot camp with me. And you can use it at any given time during the year. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to text me now or call 323-309-3219. right after the call, 323-309-3219. You can get it online tomorrow, but you won't get any of the bonuses, and the VIP probably will be gone. Or you can act tonight. Call me fast because I got a client waiting for me outside. Call me fast if you have any quick questions. The line will probably get busy. And in the meantime, I will pass it to Arash because I can feel he's got more on his mind. And it's been a pleasure, gentlemen. I so appreciate you. I will see you in LA or at the Global SLR. So I'll pass it back to Arash for some final thoughts. And I never final because they evolve all the time.
Well, I'm getting a sense that there's a question online. So if I picked up anybody's thought, then go ahead and speak up right now. I can answer it before I go. Somebody have a burning question out there?
Yeah, this is Paul again from San Francisco. I have a question here about, I guess I'll explain this scenario. It's probably easiest. Okay, you try to get conversation with a girl, and she keeps kind of pushing you towards her friends, like, I don't know, ask that person. Now, is she trying to get rid of you, or is she maybe trying to get her friends to validate you? How would you handle that situation?
Well, she's definitely trying to get rid of you, without a doubt. Okay, and I would take that as a indication that she has not understood my value to her yet. So I need to do a lot more work at this moment. You get what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. If she's pushing you to her friends, she's not interested. It's really that simple. Because let's think of it like this. Would you push her to your friends if you wanted her or not?
No.
Of course not. Right? She's not trying to get validation or anything like that. She just is not interested. And the proper way to go about that situation is to recognize you have not created enough attraction yet. So you need to go back and do a little bit more work before you start to. I get what's happening. You are showing too much interest at this moment, and that's why she's pushing you to somebody else because she's not interested yet, right? And if she's not interested yet, then by no means am I interested. You see, interest in this case has to start from the woman. Like Arash, me, never is interested in a woman until she's interested in me, if that makes sense. And this is part of the reason why guys fail all the time. They look at a woman and they go up and they become interested in her. Well, I can't do that because if I do that, I've already communicated that I want her. And if I've already communicated that I want her, then she must be worth more than I am in the night. So what you need to do is go back and reinitiate your attraction, okay? And based on the question, it's obvious that you need to practice more and understand more how to create attraction. If I asked the 37 people online right now a simple question, I said, do you guys know how to create attraction? Hold on. Okay. If I asked you, do you know how to create attraction with a woman? There would have to be one simple answer in order to move forward in this. And the answer is yes. And if you don't know how to create attraction, if you're not confident about it, right? If you're not certain about it, you haven't even begun learning how to pick up women. Because that's the first step that I teach my students, is how to create attraction. Now, you think that's like a big deal. It's going to feel like a superpower when you do it, but after a while, you'll be able to get women attracted to you where they think you're cute or they like you, they want to hang out with you a little bit, but they'll flake on you, they won't make out with you, all kinds of stupid shit will happen. Because the first phase is just to create attraction. And so that's what you need to do. Okay, got that?
Okay.
Okay, very good. Is there any other questions out there? Going once?
Yeah, I have a question about, a lot of people are talking about rapport, and then I heard a lot about breaking rapport. Just a really quick analysis, just a breakdown on that for attraction.
I understand. See, the model has evolved since those times, and those still work, okay? Those still work. However, just like iPhone 6 now is way better than a flip phone, right? Then you have to understand that the newer models that we use are a lot more superior. So in my case, the idea of rapport, whether to create rapport or break rapport, is not even a consideration of mine, right? It's not even part of the vocabulary any longer. Why? Because there's other things you do. So let me give you something you can do that's senior to rapport, okay? What you do is you demonstrate that you are winning in life and you are having a great time in life, and that somehow the pressures of daily living and the pressures of the world have not only not broken you, but they've made you stronger and more ambitious and more powerful as a man. Now, if you do that, rapport doesn't even matter, because that is so attractive to a woman and a man, to everybody, right? And so, you can think about rapport. Some people say build rapport, sure, okay. Some people say break rapport. I get it. I can understand why they both say that. But how about instead of that, when you go into a venue or you go on a blind date from the computer or something, you immediately demonstrate in your emotions, in your beingness, in the way you carry yourself, in your voice, that you are absolutely winning and life is good, because we as human beings are attracted to that. Now, she will test you, as she should, to make sure that you are legit in your claim that you're doing well, because you could be lying, naturally. Why would she think you're lying? Because she knows that if you're lying, that you're winning and you're doing well in life, there's a good chance that by lying, she'll like you more, okay? So that's the way you think about it. In regards to rapport, I think I would ask somebody who's teaching it and ask the ones who say you should create rapport, say why, and then ask them to demonstrate it. And then the ones that say break rapport, say why, and then ask them to demonstrate it. And then you can see with your own eyes, and then try it out. You have to be an adventurer, a scientist when you're doing this this art form. You have to get in there and try different experiments and see what works for you. And it doesn't really matter the opinions of others. What matters is that they can provide proof that they have a life that you want, they have the skills that you want, and then you try it for yourself. That's how you should think about rapport. It works, it doesn't work, whatever, but it's too junior. It's like riding a tricycle when you could be in a Ferrari. Big difference. Just take the Ferrari and you don't have to worry about the tricycle. Okay?
Yeah. That's a great thing.
You're welcome. What else? Any other questions, guys? I'm on a roll. Don't stop me now. I got a girl coming here right now. Okay, going once. We'll go twice.
Yes.
3 times. Yes. Okay.
Leading the girl, showing domination, like leading the girl.
Yes. Where are you leading her? Explain that.
No, I mean like just in general, like ways to lead her, like more, alpha, like more dominant.
Okay, tell me more about it. Ask a question that I can answer. Tell me more.
So you're at a Starbucks. You met her for the first time. You got some lattes, and you're talking basically, more like leading her, or like leading the way, like more of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like ways to, instead of being like, oh, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? More like a dominant man.
Right. So obviously, if you say where, you're not leading. So you already know that, right? Because you said that now. On the other hand, here's my suggestion when it comes to leading. You have to answer this question. Where are you leading her to? And I don't mean like, you're leading her to a restaurant. I mean her mind. I deal with the mind and communication, guys. This is what I do, okay? So you got to ask yourself, where is her mind now? Where are you leading her? Okay, hold on, I have a guest here. To give you an example, let me let somebody in real quick. One sec. Hi, let me interview. I'll be on in a minute. To give you an example, earlier today, I got on a phone call with a woman that I actually have never met before, but she messaged me on Facebook and she's cute, so I was like, yeah, I'll talk to her. And when the conversation started, she told me she had just gotten out of the hospital, okay? Out of 3 days out of the hospital. And so my first thought was, okay, that's where she's at now. Then your question, where do I want to lead her? And I decided that I would like to lead her, where I lead any woman that hangs out with me or has my time, into a place where she feels sexy about herself, she feels confident about herself, and she feels like she has enough energy and motivation to go do something in life. But I knew I had a task in my hand because she sounded like shit, and she had just gotten out of the hospital. But knowing where I was going to lead her, my line of questioning and my line of answering her questions and talking to her led her to that. And by the time it was over, I'm not going to get into the details of it. You just need to know she was feeling really good. Really, really good. So ask yourself, where do you want to lead her? You have to have a map, okay? You have to have a destination, where, and you have to have a map. The map is the practice that we have, and getting out there and trying it. But just leading her is no good, okay? Lead her where? Where do you want her state of mind to be? Now that's your job. Map that out, and with a, you have to know where you're going. The direction you face is the direction you're going to go. So if you're going to lead her into a place where she feels better about herself, she feels sexy, she feels sensual, then that's where you have to lead her, step by step. Know where she's at, know exactly where she's at, know where you're going to take her, and then have her take little steps, pick up the pace. As she picks up the pace, then she'll be running towards where you want to go. That's how I lead, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up because I have a guest here, and I just want to remind you about the Global SLR, everybody. Please, Vince just texted me. He said, if you guys are getting the tickets, make sure you text him so he can give you all the extras that he said he was going to give you, all the bonuses, okay? So let me wrap it up with this idea. I'm going to keep it very short. I think that if you understood this, okay, if someone said to you, what does Arash do that allows so many women to want to have sex with him? Because that's really where my life is. Women just want to have sex with him. I got to refuse. What does he do? There's one simple answer that if you gave them, it would be right, okay? So I'm going to give you that answer, but I'm going to log off. And the answer is that I make them feel incredible about themselves and about life. That's what you have to learn to do. That is the art form, okay? It has very little to do with your dick getting wet. It has everything to do with her mind getting wet, okay? You wet her mind, and watch how her vagina just jumps on you suddenly out of nowhere. So that's the way you go, okay? Thank you for being on. Thank you, Vince. I'm going to log off, and I'll see you guys later.
All right, guys. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.